Applications open August 1st, and this cycle closes December 1st. It's about a 4-month period. And again, we'll be opening up admissions for the fall of 2019. That begins actually October 1st of 2018. So that's the admission cycle for the fall. I do recommend that people apply early if you really are interested in participating in the program. That we've had some wonderful, lots of interest in the program. We're very excited about that. And because we want to keep the class size small, it can fill up. Does 1441 have dietary options? They do. It's pretty extraordinary. Their kitchen is all
they have a good setup, and you can probably go on their site to see particulars, but we were there this spring, and they did have gluten-free options and quite a few options, and very good food, organic food, I believe, and so they're pretty well equipped. I would say that there is an implication here that when you're enrolling in this program that you are trying to develop and deepen your practice. And of course, that will vary from person to person, but I would say a half hour minimum of daily practice is a good place to start. And having, it will also be a topic of our course of how to fit that in. And we'll have practice partners that are kind of teaming up to encourage each other and to kind of check in with each other in a supportive way, briefly, however, you decide to use that. But definitely daily practice will be part of what we're exploring.
This is a really great question. I believe that they are,
by semester. You pay by semester.
That's right.
Yeah, just like any other academic class, you pay by semester.
That's right. So for example, like Jan's course is a 2-unit course, and each unit is a 525.
My course will be either meeting once a week throughout the semester, or twice a week for half the semester, depending on event at the beginning of the semester, and that will be clear at the time. So, and there definitely will be live teaching as well as live interacting with the other students as a group and in dyads. So it will be very experiential and high contact. I would say this class will be high contact. So it will be a lively exchange. This class, I know my class will probably meet in the evening. I would be actually interested to hear people's response today, and probably I'll send out an email when people are in the program to see, just take a poll of what days of the week and time, because people will be on different time zones. But probably it will be in the evening to try to accommodate people at work. And the sessions will be recorded, but it's really going to be, you really want to be able to participate live. So, like any other absence, if something serious comes up that you can't attend, it will be recorded, but it really will be based on interacting. And so we will kind of be seeking out polling people to just kind of get a general idea of what works best with people, as well as what I can, what our schedules are. But we really would like to find out what works best so we can accommodate it.
From Lisa, does credit count towards CEUs for professional license? It absolutely does. We can even create, the certificate. We can provide, certificates at the end of each semester that sort of go through the detailed number of hours. Typically a semester is around, 32 in like person contact. I mean, not in person, but even online. We're in contact with each other. It's like 32 hours, something like that per semester. And so whatever anybody needs for their health, it's different for each profession. Most people will need some kind of, certificate that details the hours that we're in training together. So we will provide CEUs CEUs, I know, and PDUs. Some professions use PDUs, and we can provide that too. And so we'll, however it needs to look and be presented, we can provide that. It's going to be definitely something that's individual. You're gonna want to make sure, like I said, I mean, we can adjust the certificates so that whether again it's like PDUs your profession uses or it's CEUs your profession uses, we can provide that. We're coming from an academic, this is accredited state university, and at the same time it's hard to know exactly what your license, what your profession needs for your license. So this will be something that we will work together on, and it may be something, if you're considering applying, is to touch base with your professional licensure organization and just confirm that in fact the units that you would receive from your participation in this program would satisfy that requirement for you.
And this is also very different than a master's degree, getting a master's degree, because these are professional units and CEUs. However, I will say that for people that work in academic institutions, having the college credits also, provides another kind of unit that colleges often want for their professional development. There's a question here about getting your San Jose State diploma and or your transcript. You just contact, if you go online on the San Jose State College site, they have transcript instructions with their Office of Admissions and Records, so they'll describe how you get it there.